name's Charlotte and welcome to Bake and Create, where today we're going to be making pom-poms. This is a quick, fun and easy craft and it's really simple. I'm going to be using the fork method. I know you can use ones with like the cardboard, circles and other things, but I'm going to be using fork. So let's go and get started. Now I'm going to go on a tour of the materials. I was about to say ingredients, but that's cooking. So I changed scissors because those are quite big. These are also quite big. I do have smaller scissors, but I've lost them somewhere. But if you're going to be doing this, then I would recommend a smaller pair of scissors because you don't want to cut your fingers. So you'll need some wool. I'm going to be using 2 types of wool. You can do like 3 or 4 or just 1 if you want it to be plain, because I want it to be multicoloured. You need a fork, which needs to be a fork with 4 spikes. And then this is kind of part of the yarn, but just like a medium kind of sized length of more yarn. So let's get started. So I'm going to, sorry, that came out. I'm gonna, this is like a magic trick. I'm going to start by saying, got my fork and I'm just gonna wrap it round and wrap round and round and round. Until I think it's a good place to stop. Just say here. There we go. And then I'm gonna get my pink string and I'm gonna cut it off. Just cut a bit off. And then I'm gonna wrap that round. And basically you can keep on alternating. But I think you can get like specific patterns. So for example, you could do like, trying to think of one. You could do 2 blues and 1 pink. So you could just mix and match. So I'm gonna keep on wrapping my wool and then we'll go on. So I finished threading it round and round and round. You can see these actually make quite small pom-poms unless you have a really, really big fork. But if you want it to be more fluffy, then you can make it a bit thicker, but I've kind of done it medium fluffy. And now I'm going to show you how we like form it together, because obviously everything's sticking out the sides and things. So sorry, I just need to cut this a tiny bit shorter. So I have this piece of wool. You can see my thing. Looks a bit messy at the moment, but it will look better. Oh dear, it's got a bit split. So I've left a nice amount of room here, under here and over here, because we're going to need to thread this through. So basically, we're going to put it through the middle of the fork. So just gonna thread it. It's a bit complicated. Okay, we've got it through. You can see. There we go. See it there. Threaded. We're just going to pull it up and then tie a knot, and it should go through the top middle one now as well, so it kind of looks like a bit of a bow, very slightly. Okay, and now I'm just going to do that, do another double knot. And then I'm going to go and thread through one more time. sorry, and so I did the middle again, and then I'm gonna tie it once again, and then twice again. So then we've got it quite thick. But if you think that your one needs more, like, tightening, then you can do more, but this seems good to me. So next, you can take it off for this bit. Well, I did it whilst I was doing the other one earlier, or you can leave it on the fork, which I've done other times. I'm going to take it off because I personally found that better, but if your thing isn't strong enough, then it could break. And then, so basically, that you see all the loops? We're basically going to cut through the loops on both sides, but we don't want to cut through the middle line, because if we cut through the middle line, then it will go into the oblivion. So I'm going to keep on cutting, and then I'm going to show you how we neaten up the pom-pom. So here's my pom-pom. It's a bit of a smaller one than the example one, but there are a few, and it doesn't look too good at the moment, but we're going to tidy it up in a moment. But the pom-poms I've been making might seem a bit different because there was a few technicalities, shall we say. So with the first one, I said tight, and then coincidentally, I didn't tie it tight. So then that ended up becoming that. And then I tried another one, and this time then it slipped off when I was trying to cut it on the fork, and then it just didn't work. And then finally I got to this one. I'm not sure I think cutting it on the fork might be a bit easier if you have smaller scissors. But I've got to this one. It's not the perfect pom-pom, but it's still one. And I'm just gonna make sure there's no more loops. And then I'm gonna neaten the edges. So you can see it kind of looks a bit rough now, but I'm just gonna snip. Work for me. There we go. And just cut it all to the same size so it's nice and neat. Just gonna carry on cutting until I get to a nice even length. And I've kind of got to a good one now. It's not the perfect pom-pom, but it's still a pom-pom. So I hope you enjoyed this easy DIY pom-pom. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy, but only if you enjoy. And goodbye, see you next time.